What's up, guys? Winter Kills. We're back with another deck profile. So here I am today to bring you guys my updated version of Satellarknights. Probably my second, actually my most favorite deck, next to Photons and everything. Now I'm here with some post Secrets of Eternity support in the deck, so I wanted to go ahead and give you guys, to show you guys what I think this deck should look like, basically after the set releases. And yeah, basically just show you guys what my deck looks like right now, and if you guys are playing Satellarknights, you can basically base your deck off of what mine looks like. Just kind of get an idea, basically, to show you what's changed with the new format and everything. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started, like always. So monster lineup really hasn't changed too much with some of the new guys releasing Capella and Rigel. I don't really like them. I think they're mediocre at best, and wouldn't really recommend playing them. So the build is basically still your good old Duelist Alliance build, which consists of your 3 Deneb, main Searcher, your 3 Altair, the Wolf Bark, you got your 2 Armageddon Knights or Foolish Burials or whatever you want to call them, and Nuck. Card's really good at 2, basically. I know some people like to play it at 3. I played it at 3 for a little bit, but like with the Soul Charge hit to 1, you really don't need to play more than 2. And lastly, 2 Vega, because this guy sets up a lot of plays for your Excalibur, so you can push for a lot of damage, and you basically can't use any of your big, beefy dudes if you're using your Altair that turn, which sometimes going into Altair isn't the best idea. Sometimes a Vega is always better to still be able to let you attack that turn, which is really nice, because you can make an instant rank 4 that can activate Spect and possibly still attack that turn, such as a Castel, Honor Arc, or what have you. And yeah, that's basically the monster build, and it's kind of stay that way. I really like that solid lineup. It's something that I will probably keep. Next we have for spells your triple reinforcement of the army, which should basically be standard by now. We have 2 Forbidden Lands. Personal little tech of mine, I think it's a very helpful card, not only to protect your stuff, but to help your monsters get over some things that they normally can't. Next we have 2 Potted Duality, obviously for consistency. 2 Forbidden Chalice, because let me tell you, I am too cool to play Breakthrough Skill now. In all reality, I really like the card because obviously it's spell speed 2, which is very helpful in certain situations, and it's also very good for those flip effects that you get from those Shadal monsters. So when you run into them, you can still use this during battle phase or damage step or whatever, and negate that flip effect, which is really nice. And yeah, it's just overall a good effect negation card, because you can target your own monsters, like I said, and make them more beefier to beat over certain things, which is also nice. Next we have 2 MSTs, 1 Book of Moon, 1 Soul Charge, Raigeki, and Snatch Shield basically as the staples. Not maining 3 MST I really like. I just rather side the 3rd one in, because it leaves you more room to play that extra, spell card or whatever, extra trap card. So next, speaking of traps, we have your 3 Alpha, 3-dimensional prisons. A lot of people don't like battle traps, but I figure if you're going to play any, you might as well play D Prison. If you play D Prison, you might as well play that 3. Great removal card, great battle trap to play this format, and it's probably been the best battle trap for a while now. Way better than Mirror Force, ever since Shade All and Burning Abyss have become a thing. Those cards have fallen by the wayside, and D Prison, in my opinion, is a very awesome card to run in this deck, especially if you're playing a trap-heavy build like I am. So next we have 3 Call the Haunted, basically a standard trap card by now in this deck. Sure, we all know why it's in your end phase shenanigans to help you get that extra advantage going to your next turn, which is always nice. 2 Wiretap, I feel like every Satellarknight deck should play this card. It's just very helpful. Helps all your alphas go through, helps all your plays go through, and shuts down a lot of your opponent's combo pieces, especially in certain decks that rely on certain trap cards like Shade All with their Sinister Shadow games, Fire Lake, even Mermails. It's amazing for the hitting that sphere, and helps, stop your opponent to make their, progressive plays. 2 Fiendish Chain, probably my favorite card in the most favorite card in the entire deck, because it's just an awesome trap card in general. Not only does it negate effects for as long as it's equipped, but also it makes it so it can attack. So I don't see anything wrong with that. And also it's a trap card you can balance with the Satellarknight Shriver, which is an amazing card to be playing in this deck, in the extra deck. And just keep resetting it. Basically just trolls your opponent so hard, which is really nice. So next off, for 1-ofs, we have 1 Compulse and 1 Warning. I figured it's better than Bottomless, and it's something really important to be playing in this deck. So that's why we play it. And it wasn't playing it for the longest time, and now I feel like more comfortable with that. It's sort of a security type deal. Kind of keeps you feeling a little safe when you go your opponent starts doing their stuff during their turn. And yeah, enough rambling on about that. So for the extra deck, we have 2 Triver. Card is amazing. It bounces the entire field when it's summoned, resetting your continuous traps, your Call of the Haunted, your Fiendish Chains, whatever, and basically bounces your opponent's field back, and then you can neg a card out of their hand by detaching. And yeah. 1 Deltaros, I really like him at 1. I don't feel like he needs to be played at 2, especially with the new support coming out, this guy right here. And you really only need to make him when you're in a winning position. Otherwise, you're trying to make this guy as often as possible. And depending on what you're playing, we play 1 Satellarknight Constellar Diamond, the new guy who just dropped in the new set that I was lucky enough to pull at my sneak peek. You know, out of all the sort of mediocre stuff I pulled, I guess this is the one good thing that came of it. And basically, he's 2,700 attack. He's basically the guy in charge of the deck. You can put him on top of basically your Triver or your Deltaros and your main phase 2, and basically it says that it directs Shaddoll and Burning Abyss. But really though, its effect is that cards cannot be sent from the deck to the graveyard. Now this kind of conflicts with your Nuck, but that's why I only play 2 and not 3, so that problem wouldn't come up as often. And basically stops your opponent's Burning Abyss's best play, which I think is the Foolish Burial play, because you can't break through that play, and unlike the Tour Guide play. And basically any card added from graveyard to hand is banished instead, so Burning Abyss abuses that a lot. And basically you can detach to negate the effect of any dark monster, you know. And this card will have a lot of material to do that. So, and it's not a once per turn thing. So it's a very situational card to go into, but I wouldn't really play more than 1 with Clifford's being more relevant in the upcoming set. Apologize for my dog barking in the background, but yeah, so 1 diamond I think is really necessary. So next we have 2 Castel, standard, amazing rank 4 to play. And yeah, next we have the 1 hero champion, basically your answer to towers. And I dropped the Dark Exceeds Rebellion for the diamond because I didn't think Dark Exceeds Rebellion was that good. I really like Excalibur better because it's a guaranteed 4,000 beater and it doesn't have to target anything, which is really nice. And for our staple Ixies, we have the 1 Emerald, the 1 101, the Abyss Dweller, and the Exciton. And lastly, for the last 4, we have 1 Paladynamo, 1 Karen Gorgon, 1 Cowboy, and 1 Black Ship. It's so important to play these 2 cards right here because so many times you're in those situations where you're that close to winning the game and you just need to make a quick rank 4, and this deck can do that amazingly. So, amazingly easy, and that can easily win you the game. So, it's very, very important to play. So, next up we have 2 Flying Sea for the side deck, standard for Burning Abyss, Satellarknights. Vanity's Fiend, awesome card to side in when your opponent sides in the Flying Seas against you. This, amazing for Clifford's, because a lot of this stuff has huge attack, but very little defense. Also good for Burning Abyss and Shaddolls, because this is easy to get around the Winda. Because the Winda, I only believe, has like 800 defense and 2200 attack, so you can easily swap them out, hit them with this, and then continue on your plays later on that turn or during the end phase. 1 Fossil Dyna, basically this is awesome to get rid of the Flying Seas on your side of the field, and easy to set up first turn and let your opponent make a huge field and then have them run into this. And they don't really expect a set card, but basically playing Satellarknights, which is really nice. So next up we have 2 Defusion for the spells, basically standard for Shaddoll. The 3rd MST, 1 Mind Control, 1 Prohibition. Just was kind of experimenting with that. Not sure how much I like it, but I can't see it being too bad. Basically next for the traps, 1 Mirror Force, 1 Dirge, 1 Chthonian Polymer. Basically, those of you who don't know what this card does, basically when your opponent fusion summons a monster, you contribute a monster you control to take control of that fusion monster. And I believe that is a permanent change. Yeah, so you permanently take control of that fusion monster, which is very nice. And especially in a deck that can put a lot of monsters on the field, so basically most of the time you'll have a monster to tribute. And it's also amazing to tribute your Triver on field for like to steal constructs or something, which is very, very nice. 1 Geometry, this card is the nuts to open against Burning Abyss. It's absolutely amazing. Or any deck that requires a lot of monsters in the field at a time, anything like from Clifford's to Dolce or Mermail, just to put a huge board on the field, it kind of slows them down a little bit. And last 1 Bottomless for basically rogue decks or any deck like Cliffworts, because that is very good against Cliffworts. So yeah, that is it for my updated post Secrets of Eternity deck profile with the new Satellarknight Constellar Diamond. And yeah, that's it. What do you guys think? Leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Leave your comments down in the comment section below on the deck profile. What do you guys think about Satellarknights with their new support? Do you think they'll become more relevant with this new guy here? Or do you think they'll just be able to keep doing what they've been doing, which is not much, basically, in the, you know, in the sight of ARGs and YCSs and regionals? They haven't been doing too much. Maybe the occasional top 8, top 16, but yeah, that's really it. I'd really like to see this deck do a lot in the future. It's one of my favorite decks, and as always, guys, thank you so much for watching Winter Kills, and we'll see you later.